Hello students, today we will discuss about problem related to distribution of charge. This channel provides you the physics lecture for class 11, 12, NEET and JEE in English version as well as in Bengali version. To see the unit-wise video lecture, go to the playlist of this channel. So let's start. Here I will discuss problem related to distribution of charge. So first of all, you have to know what is the distribution of charge. What is the distribution of charge? If charge is distributed through a wire, suppose this is length is L, if the length of this wire is L and total charge Q is distributed through this length, then the charge per unit length is called the linear charge density. What is the linear charge density? So it called linear charge density or charge per unit length. It is expressed as lambda, that means total charge divided by length. Now if charge is distributed through a area, suppose this is a area, total area is A. If total charge is Q is distributed through this area, then the surface charge density, that means surface charge density sigma will be total charge divided by area, that means charge per unit area. If charge is distributed through a volume, suppose this is a volume, this volume is suppose V, this volume is V, total charge distributed through this volume is Q, that means the volume charge density will be rho will be total charge divided by V. This is the theory related to the charge distribution of charge. Now here I will discuss all the possible problem related to distribution of charge. Number 1, suppose this is a wire, the length of wire is L, the lambda is the charge density. If I place another charge Q, suppose this is the charge Q, on the perpendicular distance R from this wire, and this is a middle point, so this will be L by 2, this will be middle point, thus this will be L by 2 and here will be L by 2. So this is the middle point. You have to find out force on Q due to this wire. Number 2, suppose this is a semicircular loop. This is the center of the semicircular loop. This is radius of the semicircular loop is R, and if a charge is distributed through this wire and lambda is the charge density, then if I place a charge Q, then what will be the force? You have to calculate force on Q. Now number 3, if this is a circular wire. This is a circular wire. This is a circular wire. And this circular wire contain charge of linear charge density lambda. This is a linear charge density lambda. Lambda is the charge density. If I place another charge q, this is positive, then you have to find out the change of length this wire. So you have to find out what will be the change in length due to this configuration. So this charge positive and this is positive, so they repel each other. Then this radius of the radius of this wire will be expand. So because this is a repulsive force, so you have to find out what will be the change in radius. And here I will discuss all possible combination due to this semicircular loop force on Q. So this is the combination. Here I will discuss easily how to find out the force on Q, and here force on Q, and what will be the change of radius of this configuration. Now number 1, here you have to know how to solve. I take a length element dx. Suppose this is a dx, and this is taken as distance x from this origin. This is x. So charge on element length dx will be lambda into dx, because charge per unit length is lambda. So charge on length dx will be lambda into dx. Suppose this is called as dq. So here the total charge is dq. So for this dq charge, this charge will repel. So the repulsive force will be along this direction. Then what will be the repulsive force? dF will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into, here is q and here is dq. And what will be the distance? This is x, this is r. This distance will be x square plus r square. So here the x square plus r square. If I put this value, then it will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into, here is lambda dx, so q lambda dx by x square plus r square. Now if I take this angle is theta, if I take this angle as theta, then this, if I isolate this vector df vector in this direction, so this is theta, then it will be must be a theta. So along this direction, this will be df cos theta, and this will be df sin theta. If I take another element length dx here, then the force will be along this direction. So if I isolate, suppose this is theta, then this will be a theta, and along this direction will be df sin theta, and along this direction will be df cos theta. So here this component, sine component of force will be cancel each other, because this force has equal magnitude and opposite direction. So this component will cancel each other. Now total force on Q, total force on Q due to this wire equals to F equals to integration of df cos theta. df cos theta. Here this is df cos theta, this is df cos theta. If I take only df cos theta, the limit will be, here is L by 2, that means here minus L by 2, and here will be plus L by 2. So total will be, the difference will be L. So if I take the limit minus L by 2 to plus L by 2, then the total force on Q can be calculated as df cos theta and limit minus L by 2 to plus L by 2. If I put the values, then it will be, here is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, and is q lambda dx divided by x square plus r square, and here is cos theta. What will be the value of cos theta? This is theta, this is theta. Through this triangle you can calculate the value of cos theta. Cos theta will be r divided by root over x square plus r square, that means cos theta equal to r root over x square plus r square. So this is integration, so L by 2, here is plus L by 2. Now we have to integrate this problem. So total f will be, here is q lambda r is constant, q lambda r is constant, here is 4 pi epsilon naught is constant. So this quantity is taken out from the integration, then it will be minus L by 2, here is plus L by 2. Here is dx by root over x square plus r square whole to the power 3 by 2. This is half, this is 1, that means whole to the power 3 by 2. Now we have to integrate this value. So if I take, this is the, here this is a triangle, so through this triangle you can take tan theta. What will be the tan theta? Tan theta will be the x by r, x by r. So what will be the x? X equals to r tan theta, and if I derivative this value, that means dx will be r sec square theta d theta. If I derivative upon tan theta, it will be sec square theta d theta. This is number, suppose number 1. And if I find out the value of x square plus r square whole to the power 3 by 2, what will be the value? Here will be whole to the power, here the x mean r square tan square theta, that means it will be r square tan square theta plus r square, here is root 3 by whole to the power 3 by 2. Here is r square is common, so r square is common, here is tan square theta plus 1 whole to the power 3 by 2. So it will be r cube, and tan square theta is tan square theta plus 1 equals to sec square theta, so it will be sec q theta. If I put this value on this way, it will be, the total f will be q lambda r divided by 4 pi epsilon naught, and it will be dx will be r sec square theta d theta, and here will be r q sec q theta. So this r, here is r square, this is r, so it will be q lambda r square, here will be r q 4 pi epsilon naught r q, and this will be integration sec theta, that means cos theta d theta, it will be cos theta and d theta. If the angle, suppose this is angle, suppose this is maximum angle is phi, this is phi and this is phi, then the limit will be minus phi to plus phi. This is minus phi to plus phi. This is the limit. That means cos theta d theta. Now if I so total F will be Q lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught. Here will be R, and the integration will be cos theta, integration will be sin theta. Here will be sin theta, and limit will be minus phi to plus phi. If I put this limit 4 pi epsilon naught R, what will be? Here is sin phi and it's minus of minus sin. Here is minus sin phi. So what will be the value? Q lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught R. Here is sin phi and here is minus sin minus theta equals to minus sin theta. So it will be plus sin phi. So it will be Q lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught R into 2 sin phi. So if I take Q lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught, here is 2. If I take sin phi, what is the sin phi? Sin phi is L by 2, and here will be L by 2, and here will be root over L by 2 whole square plus R square. This is the total force on charge Q. Total force on charge Q. This is the number 1. So this is the formula. Using this formula you can calculate. So you have deduct the formula F equals to 2 lambda Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R into sin phi. This is the phi and this is the minus phi. So for this distribution of charge, the total force on charge Q will be this. So you have to remember this formula and this concept. Using this concept you can calculate or you can solve any problem related to this distribution of charge. Now suppose this is another distribution. Suppose this is another distribution. Suppose this is a wire. This wire is along this direction. That means this is wire. Suppose this is a point, and at this point charge is Q. Here charge is Q, and the angle this suppose is theta and this suppose is theta, and all the charge density is lambda. Here is the charge density is lambda. Here is the charge density is lambda, and here is the length. Here is R. This is length is R. Here is length is R. Here is length is R. It also be the R. This is the length. So you have to find out the force on Q. For this configuration, you have to find out the charge force on Q. You have to find out. This is the length R, this is length R, this is length R. So for this distribution of charge you have to find out the force on Q. Using this formula you can easily find out this force on Q. This is the for this portion, the force for this portion and force for this portion will cancel each other, because the force due to this portion will be along this direction, and the force due to this portion will be along this direction. So for this two portion, the force on Q will cancel each other, but due to this portion the total force will be effective force. So this, for this portion it will be along this direction. So it looks like that, looks like this configuration. So here is phi is, this is your angle and here is angle. So what will be this angle? This angle will be 90 degree minus theta, and this angle will be 90 degree minus theta. So the phi will be 90 degree minus theta. For this configuration, total force on this will be 2 lambda q by 4 pi epsilon naught into r into, here is sin phi. What will be phi? This is the phi, this is the phi. So this angle will be phi. So here is 90 degree minus theta. So it will be 2 lambda q by 4 pi epsilon naught r. It will be cos theta, cos theta. So what will be the force on this configuration is 2 lambda q by 4 pi epsilon naught r into cos theta. So using, you have to memorize this concept. If you memorize this concept, then you will be, you can apply any charge distribution problem related to charge distribution. So here I will describe what will be the problem number 2. Here for the semicircular loop, this is, suppose this is a semicircular loop. So due to the semicircular loop, if I place the charge q at center, this is radius r, and charge distributed through this semicircular wire. The lambda is the charge density. Here is lambda is charge density. So if the radius is r of the semicircular loop, then if I place a charge at center q, the charge q at center, you have to find out force on q, force on charge q. So for this configuration, you take angle theta, and a small angle is d theta. Suppose this is d theta. So this is r, the distance is r. So this distance will be r d theta. This distance will be r d theta, because theta equals to arc divided by radius. So arc will be r theta. So this is d theta, this is radius, so this arc will be r d theta. So charge for this distance, that means element distance d r theta. So total charge on this element will be dq, will be lambda r d theta. So due to this charge, the force experienced by this charge will be along this direction. This is, suppose, df. Then what will be the df? df will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q1, that means here is q, and dq will be lambda r d theta divided by r square. This is the df. If this is theta, then it will be theta. So the force can be regulated along this direction and along this direction. Then it will be, the force along this direction will be df cos theta, and along this direction will be df sin theta, df sin theta. So if I take another element in this portion, then force will be, force along this direction will be along this direction df, and along this direction will be df cos theta, df cos theta, and along this direction will be df sin theta. So this df cos theta component will be cancel each other because this component is opposite to each other, but the total net force on Q is effective on this component. So the total force on Q, the total force on Q due to the semicircular loop is F equals to integration 0 to, here is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q lambda r d theta by r square, and here is sin theta. Now what will be the limit of this integration? This is theta. If I taken this total, it will be 180 degree. So 0 to 180 degree. So here it will be q lambda, and here will be r square. So it will be 4 pi epsilon naught r square, and integration 0 to 180 degree sin theta and d theta. 1 r is cancel out. So q lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught r square 0 to 180 degree sin theta d theta. Now if I integrate sin theta, it will be minus cos theta. So it will be minus cos theta and 0 to 180 degree. If I take minus is out, that means minus q lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. Then if I put, that means cos 180 degree minus cos 0 degree, it will be minus lambda q by 4 pi epsilon naught into r square. Here will be minus 1, here will be minus 1, that means 2 plus 2 q lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. So this is the net force on the charge q is 2 q lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught into r square. So you have to remember it will be here is r, not r square. These are cancel out, so it will be only r, this only r, because here you see that here is r and it r square, so it will be only r, not r square. So total force equals to 2 q lambda divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r square. This is lambda, so this is the force. Now if this is the circle 1/4 circle, then what will be the force? Now if you take number 3, suppose this is a 1/4 semicircular loop. This is a 1/4 loop. This is a 1/4 loop. So if you charge, if this is a 1/4 loop and this is, you place the charge is here, then you have to find out the force on Q due to this configuration. So you take, similarly you take the theta, there is theta and another is d theta. This is d theta and this will be r d theta, and the charge will be q dq will be lambda r d theta. Then along this direction will be df. It has two components. It will be theta, it is df cos theta, and it will be df sin theta. And here you see that this component is not cancel out, this component is not cancel out, and this component is not cancel out. So you have to find out this cos component and you have to find out the sine component in this configuration. So it will be df is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into lambda r q into lambda r d theta by r square. If the total cos component, the total force, that means if I taken as this component is F1, if I take is this component is F2, then F1 will be integration 0 to 90 degree. Here is 90 degree. Then it will be df, suppose cos theta, and another integration is F2. It will be 0 to 90 degree df sine theta. So in this condition it will be, here is lambda q lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught r integration 0 to 90 degree. Here is cos theta d theta, and here will be the q lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught r, here is integration 0 to 90 degree sine theta d theta. This is the two force, this is cos component, this is sine component. So you have to find out this total sine component and total cos component. It will be q lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught r. This will be minus cos theta equals to integration of cos theta is sine theta. It is sine theta, and here is 0 to 90 degree, and here will be q lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught into r. It is minus cos theta, here is 0 to 90 degree. So if you put this value, it will be q lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught r, and here will be the q lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught r. This is the two force. So here if I resonate along this direction, so total force is, here is F2, here is F1. So total force is suppose F, then F will be root over F1 square plus F2 square, because this is total angle is 90 degree. So the total force will be q lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught into r into root 2. This is the formula in this condition, the force on this condition. So if is another configuration, if that is another configuration, suppose there is another configuration, suppose this is a circular path. So this circular path is taken as other. Suppose this is a circular path. This is a circular path. If you put the charge q here, q is here, then you have to find out the force on q. So for this configuration, the force is along this direction, and for this distribution of charge is along this direction. So this will be same and opposite, so it cancel each other. So due to this portion, the force will be effective. So this force I have already calculated. This force will be q lambda root 2 divided by 4 pi epsilon naught r. So you can easily calculate the force on q. Now number 3 problem. Number 3. What is the number 3? If this is a circular wire, this circular wire carries a charge of linear charge density lambda. Here is charge density is lambda. This charge density is lambda, and if I put a charge plus q charge on the center of this circular wire, then you have to find out, suppose this is radius is r. So this is plus charge and this is plus charge. So this charge repel this wire. So due to the force of repel, this wire expand, that means radius will be increased. So you have to find out the change of radius. For this configuration, you have to find out the change of radius. So if I take an element, this is, suppose if I take this element, here is A and here is B. If I take this element in this way, and this angle is theta, suppose this total angle is theta, then AB will be r theta. The charge on AB equals to, suppose dq will be r theta, lambda into r theta. So due to this charge, this charge is dq. In this portion the charge is dq. So this charge is repelled by this charge. This charge is repelled by this charge. So the repelling force is along this direction. So what will be the F? F will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q into dq by r square. Then it will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q into lambda r d theta divided by r square. So it will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q lambda d theta by r. This is the force on this portion. So this wire experience a tension, and tension act along the normal of this wire. So the tension at this point is along this direction. This will be the tension, and at this point tension will be the tangent. This will be the tension of this at this point B. Then if I resonate, this tension can be resolated along this direction, and this tension will be resolated is along this direction. So if this is total is theta, then this will be theta by 2, and this will be a theta by 2. So here you see that these two lines is parallel, and if this is theta by 2, then this angle will be theta by 2. This angle will be theta by 2. So if this angle is theta by 2, then this angle will be theta by 2. This angle will be theta by 2, and in similarly this angle will be theta by 2. So first I have deduct the force on this portion due to this charge. So the force on this AB portion due to this charge is given by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q lambda d theta by r. Now here the tension of this wire always act normal on the surface. So at this point A, the tension is along this direction, and the B, the tension will be along this direction. Now if the total angle is theta, the half angle will be theta by 2. Here is half angle is theta by 2, and here is tension T. If I resonate this tension along this direction, then this two line is parallel, and this is, if this is theta by 2, this angle will be theta by 2, and this angle is perpendicular to each other, and this is perpendicular. This is, you see that this angle is 90 degree and this angle is 90 degree. So this is common. Here you see that this angle is 90 degree and this angle is 90 degree. So both 90 degree, case of 90 degree, this angle is common. So it must be, so this angle and this angle will be equal. This angle and this angle will be equal. I will discuss the problem number 3. What is the problem number 3? Problem number 3 is, suppose this is a circular wire. The radius of this circular wire is, suppose R. This is the radius is R. And the charge density of this circular loop is lambda. The charge density on this circular loop is lambda. What is the lambda? Is the charge density. If I put a charge Q, plus charge Q, then you have to find out the charge. Then this charge is Q and here is lambda is plus. So here is charge plus Q. So this charge repel this wire, so it will expand. So the radius of this configuration or radius of this circular wire will increase. So you have to find out the change of radius. You have to find out the change of this radius. So if I take a element, suppose this is a element, this is a element, I take this element along this direction. If I take this element, suppose this is A and this is point B, and total angle is theta. This is total angle is theta. Suppose this angle is theta. So the length AB can be written as R theta, because the length of AB, this is arc, that means theta will be AB by R, so AB will be R theta. The charge on AB, that means equals to dq, will be lambda R theta. So charge in this portion, total charge in this portion will be lambda R theta. So due to this charge and this charge repel this charge, so this portion is repelled by this charge. Amount of force is F. What will be the amount of force? Amount of force will be, F will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q into dq by R square. So it will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q into lambda R theta by R square. It will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q lambda theta by R. This is the force on this portion. When this portion experience a force, then the tension will generated on this circular wire, and tension on the circular wire always act normal to this direction. Suppose this is the point A. The normal at point A is along this direction. So the tension at point A will be T along this direction. That will be tangential. And so the tension of the wire always act tangentially. So at this point the tension will be along this direction. So if I resonate this tension will be along this direction, and if I resonate this tension, it will be along this direction. Now this is the, if this is theta, then this portion will be theta by 2 and this portion will be theta by 2. Now this line is parallel, this line and this line is parallel. So if this is theta by 2, it must be theta by 2. Now this angle is 90 degree and this angle is 90 degree. See this angle is 90 degree and this angle is 90 degree. So both in 90 degrees, this is common, this angle is common. So when you see this angle as a 90 degree and this angle is a 90 degree. So both 90 degrees, this angle is common. In both 90 degrees, this angle is common. So if this is theta by 2, it must be theta by 2. So in this way, it must be theta by 2. So if I isolate this tension, it will be along this direction, it will be T sine theta by 2 and it will be T cos theta by 2. Here it will be the same portion, it will be T cos theta by 2 and here will be T sine theta by 2. So for this condition, so here this is the AB portion. The tension is, here is T sine theta by 2, here is T sine theta by 2 and here is F. Here is F, along this direction is F, and this component and this component is cancel out. This component here is T cos theta by 2 and his T cos theta by 2. This component and this component will be cancel out. So the opposite force must be equal. So in this condition, here you see that, so along this direction F and along this total force will be 2T sine theta by 2 in this condition. So at equilibrium, this and this force must be equal. So it will be F equals to 2T sine theta by 2. This must be equal. So here is, what will be the T? So T will be F divided by 2 sine theta by 2. F by 2 sine theta by 2. Now if theta is very small, then sine theta by 2 equals to theta by 2. So it will be T equals to F divided by 2 theta by 2. So it will be F by theta. So here is the F. So the theta will be cancelled out. So it will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q lambda by r. So what is the tension? Tension will be 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q lambda by r. This is the tension. Now you have to find out the change in radius. Change in radius. So what is the Young modulus? Here is Young modulus is y. Here is Young modulus. Young modulus. Modulus. What is the Young modulus? Here is stress. Here is strain. What is the stress? F by A. And strain is del R by R. Del R by R. Here is F means tension. Here is del R by R. So it will be T R divided by A into del R into A. This is the Young modulus. This is the Young modulus. Now you have to find out the change of radius. So change of radius will be, so in this formula you can calculate del R will be T R divided by Young modulus into radius. Using this formula you can calculate the change of radius. So change of radius can be written as, here is T is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q lambda by r. Q lambda by r. And here is q lambda by r. Here is another r, and here is Young modulus. Here is area. This area is cross-sectional area. This area is cross-sectional area. Cross-sectional area of the wire. So here is q by the value of t. Here is t r by ya. So t is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q lambda by r. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q lambda by r. And here is another r and y into a. This r cancel out. It will be q lambda by 4 pi epsilon naught into Young modulus into the cross-sectional area. This is the change of radius. So if the value is given, then you can easily calculate the change of radius. So you have to know how I calculate the change of this radius.